also have to compliment. We are here for the 10th edition, and incidentally, this tradition of holding this kind of a festival, uh, India International Science Festival, was also begun by this government. I'm glad that we are now completing the 10th consecutive festival in this chain. It's become now almost a tradition and it's got it also institutionalized. But what is very significant, not often possibly noticed or said, is that this is in fact presenting a whole of science concept. We have all the science departments, the government of India coming together to hold this event, including the technology and skills who are not really here because they are headquartered elsewhere. And I think this is something which was quite a departure from the practice earlier before this government came. And these two departments of space and atomic energy hardly came on the same platform because they were stationed elsewhere. And if I may say so, it's whole of science and also whole of government. You have Mr. Oja also. And beyond that, it's whole of society. You have Mr. Ramkar Prakash there, representing the civil society, the NGOs, and the opinion makers in the area of science. So I have to compliment also Vigyan Bharati for their cooperation. And of course, IIT Guwahati, I think, is going to be a very appropriate venue because one of these IITs just come a very long date. And theme, as was mentioned by Director, Transforming India into a Central Global Manufacturing Hub. In fact, in the times to come, we are already, as far as biomanufacturing is concerned, I think we are already number 12 in the world, we are number 6 in Media Pacific. So we have started that ascent. And in the times to come, the future growth story of India is going to depend hugely on our manufacturing capacity because when we talk of the rising economy, if you try to give a scientific thought to that, you have to identify, we are first fighter, how are we going to make it afford and rise to that pedestal? The value addition is going to come from that. And incidentally, CSIR is the nodal department this year. And CSIR is also going to contribute hugely because the paradigm of the economy is going to shift from being confined not only to manufacturing but also to the recycled medium, which would involve a lot of contribution from biotechnology, from CSIR. So we will have all the manufacturing being done in a new culture. We've already started having animal-free milk, and I'm glad one of our startups in Bangalore is also producing an export quality. So this will be very well received. Good fortune on that. So maybe next festival we will be able to provide you vegetarian mutton. Shiv Prakash and others. So we firmly believe that just as the last industrial revolution happened in the 1990s, and primarily was driven by IT, the next one is going to be driven by this new medium, which will be biotechnology, bioeconomy, CSIR. So in that direction, this theme would also be able to showcase some of the initiatives which have been taken by this government, which are very futuristic, unlike the culture that was being followed by the earlier governments. I think before 2014, we usually adopted what had been practiced, tried, and become a success story elsewhere in the world. So we are no longer now in that frame. We are actually taking a lead. Like quantum technology, you mentioned, we are already among 5 or 6 nations. We are among the first to have launched bio recently. Rajesh incidentally is not here today. Biotechnology for economy, for environment, for employment. And as I said, that's going to be the main driving force in the next, in the ascent of India's economy. And of course, number of CSIR success stories now being talked about. There's Lotus 108. And I think I'm glad that they have now started becoming visible, in spite of the fact that the media did not give much attention to us. But we have actually included it to the media. The Lotus 108 found a place in Amitabh Bachchan's Crorepati program. So that means that we have now reached a place where we can actually make a space for ourselves, even if we are not so welcome, not consider that higher priority as far as news makers are concerned. At that point, in now I was still there, become a very popular selfie point. Then of course the tulip, which was offered at the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya, is also one of their meetings from Palanpur. Lavender is again a story which Prime Minister has been talking about for whatever, which is spoke of times, both in public meetings as well as in Mann Ki Baat. Their steel slag is again making history. Incidentally, it's happening in Northeast. The Northeast is the place where it has done a very wonderful performance in negotiating difficult topographies of connectivity. Anusandhan is the other one, which Dr. Abe was just now talking about. We had the first ever meeting. So I think there's not much to talk about and to discuss because, yes, and space, he said Chandrayaan. I'm glad the theme is so wide, beginning from Chandrayaan to Science for DC to Made in India and Made for World, Nari Shakti, etc., etc. So this is also going to be the year between this festival and the next festival, we will have an Indian human being in space. So that also makes it quite even to, by the end of this year, we have thought it would happen in the next year, but maybe now we are trying that before. So not incident is not here, but before the end of this year, we might have the final dress rehearsal in the form of a female robot via Mitra going out in space. So once she accomplishes all the tasks, including coming back safe and being released from the water, then next year, possibly before the next festival, we'll have not much to showcase in that regard. Also, though we had an Indian earlier also in space in 1980, that was the Soviet mission. So, and of course, mission startup, we said, it was again this government. Prime Minister made a clarion call from the Red Fort, Startup India from 350 to almost 1.75 lakh. We are now number 3, as you were mentioning. And not only that, even the areas which were hitherto considered not very promising as far as startups is concerned, also become very potential areas for the future economic growth. One of them, for example, being space itself. We had just one digit space startup till the new policy was adopted. So we can talk about that also. Now space is become a very lucrative sector, both for employment and also startups. We have nearly 300 of them, and our first generation startups are now become world class, and they have also graduated into entrepreneurs, those like Skyroot, etc. So these are upcoming areas also to generate Rozgar, because you can't be providing a salary job to every individual, but these are the areas that are going to contribute to the, so to the medium of science. We are going to serve a larger cause of the nation, and also